So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Indiana Fever, and well, yeah, duh, that's kind of why I do on this channel. But I'm be talking about the Indiana Fever in a way that I don't think a lot of people have been talking about, because I think a lot of people have said it's like, look, if Aaliyah Boston goes down, the team's screwed. But it's like, yeah, obviously, duh, the team is screwed if Aaliyah Boston goes down. But in a weird way, this team's also screwed if Sophie Cunningham goes down again, if Lexi Hull goes down again. Because this team right now has got a grand total of 2 off the ball wings. Like, they overcorrected in the offseason. And right now they don't have, like, they're not small. Don't get it twisted, they're not small. But they don't have any height. It's like, this is roster construction from like the 1990s, when people are saying, oh yeah, we need size. So let's just worry about the height of it's like 2K roster construction. Height only matters for power forwards and centers. It's like, it doesn't matter how tall our guards are. And it feels to me like the Indiana Fever have built a roster to compete with Caitlin Clark not on the floor, or when Caitlin Clark is injured, as seen by a final 12 roster which contains 3 point guards and 2 undersized shooting guards, 2 true wings, 2 on an entire roster, in a league where, I'm not even going to say in a league where wings dominate, in a era of basketball where wings are the most valued currency. I understand the Aces are winning. That's because they got Angel Wilson. Like, I'm sorry, they might have the greatest player of all time. Like, actual good team building can be thrown out the window when you have one of the best players of all time. And when you have arguably best wing in the damn league in Jackie Young, and then who can kind of play the one, and you've got Chelsea Gray, whose IQ is still there, who can play 1 through 4 at times. So you've got all of that. But I'm looking at how light the Indiana Fever are. Like, the Indiana Fever are extremely heavy at one specific position. Like, I understand a lot of these aren't going to make the team, but undersized guard, tall-ish guard, undersized guard, huge guard, but is going to cut. Undersized guard. In terms of their team, their tallest player isn't going to make the team, who's a shooter. This is a team, ironically, that is incredibly reliant on being healthy, but isn't reliant in any way of Caitlin Clark being healthy. Like, this is one of these weird teams that's constructed in a way that I think they make the playoffs if Caitlin Clark gets hurt. I think they make the playoffs if Kelsey Mitchell gets hurt. I don't think they make the playoffs if Aaliyah Boston gets hurt. I think they're in a really bad situation if Sophie Cunningham gets hurt or Lexi Hull gets hurt. Lexi Hull's tightens her hamstring. If Lexi Hull ends up missing on again, off again, any minute that Sophie Cunningham isn't playing, she's going to be replaced by a 5'9" small forward. Or 5'8" if we're being real. Like, and Lexi Hull's currently out. And that's why I was looking, I was like, okay, yeah, Passat's going to have to play tons of minutes. And I'm like, oh shit. And they've already, like, basically said, not basically said, from what I heard from Chloe Peterson's podcast. Was it Chloe Peterson's? I think it might have been Chloe Peterson. She heavily implied that Amber Cox is not going to call up a developmental player. That they're not going to bring in anybody, but they're going to wait until, there's too many injuries. And then they're going to call up a hardship player. So somebody is not there. So, like, for me, I'm just thinking, it's like, why Shatori Walker-Kimbrough over bringing back aerial powers? Why? Like, we can forget about Passat at this stage. We just forget about Passat. Why Shatori Walker-Kimbrough over Ariel Powers. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Ariel Powers last season for Indiana averaged 9 points per game and on pretty okay shooting splits and played a bit of defense and tried. And would you have ever guessed, she's 5'11", 6 foot. Not 5'8", 5'9". And I don't even hate Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. I think she belongs in the league. Just, it doesn't make sense. The construction of this team is now, like, if Ariel Powers was there instead of Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, I'm okay. We're okay. Realistically, if KK Timpson was replaced by any sort of competent side, fucking Dantas is there. You can leave KK there, whatever. If Shatori Walker-Kimbrough wasn't there and was replaced by any sort of wing, like an Ariel Powers or a Passat, I wouldn't be as worried about this. But the Indiana Fever are really, really close to being in the shitter. Because Lexi is currently carrying hamstring tightness. She's currently out with hamstring tightness. She's unlikely, we've seen that from Caitlin Clark, she's unlikely to be able to give like 30 minutes a game. Sophie Cunningham's coming off an injury. One of those two might have to give 30 minutes a game. And that's one of those things where you're like, they're in a bit of a pickle. And I'm not saying that they're screwed or anything. If this team stays healthy, they're good. They're really, really good. Like, if this team stays healthy, you're realistically looking at a team that has a chance of winning a title. Puncher's chance, but a chance. But the problem is they need this. This team needs to stay healthy. And I don't, from the Indiana Fever, with their roster construction and everything, I'm like, I find it really tough to look at a team that is like, okay, this team's got to stay healthy, but an injury to a role player will derail the season. That's the problem, is that they're equipped. They're actually equipped to deal with a Caitlin Clark or a Kelsey Mitchell injury extremely well. But it's like they overcorrected for a problem, because I don't think the Fever realized this, but like Sophie and Lexi are guard depth. There is no forward depth. The forwards are Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull, who can both slide down to guards a lot easier than a slide to the 4. And the problem is that you didn't draft a 3-4, even in round 2. I understand, or say you did, sorry, Justine Passage, but you're going to cut her. You drafted a 3-4 in round 2. You didn't try to work a way around saying, fuck it, do we try bringing Janiyah Barker? I don't know. Like, at this stage, they really made an effort to put together a team which is only guard depth. That's all it is only guard depth. And even at the 5, they don't have bad center depth either. But if we're being real here, Monique Billings is probably, in modern ball, she's probably a center. She is an inside player. She's a 4 or 5. KK Timpson is a center. She's not a 4. Demir Stantis is a center. Aaliyah Boston is a center. Maisha Hines-Allen, cool. She's a 4. But she's a 4-5. The entire team, bar 2, are made up of 1-2s or 4-5s. If you gave, I know this isn't 2K, and people can play multiple positions, but how many players on this Fever team do you think are capable of playing the 3? Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull. And I think that's it. I don't think Raven Johnson's capable of playing the 3. I don't think Shatori Walker-Kimbrough is capable of playing the 3. I don't think Maisha Hines-Allen's capable of playing the 3. Timmons, no. Harris, no. This team has 2 players capable of playing the 3. And instead of saying, you know what, these players are guard depth, let's go for more forwards. They just went for more guards. Or even big guards that can slide up. They don't. So this is a team that's talking about, oh, we want to rebound, we want to run, we want to be a great defensive team. But they're going out with no size, no switchability. And I'm not going to say the Fever are a slow team, but like outside of one. Mo Billings is a rim runner. Mo Billings is a rim runner. Kelsey Mitchell's a rim runner. And Lexi plays hard. But like Lexi's not athletic. She plays hard. Aaliyah is starting to run more. KK's an athlete, but she's just not good enough. His team doesn't have any like Kalia. They don't even have a Maya Caldwell athlete. They let Maya Caldwell walk. They don't even have a Celeste Taylor athlete out other than Kelsey Mitchell. That's like good enough to play. So yeah, I find the roster construction really weird, and it's just after seeing the Lexi Hull injury, I'm like, fuck, this team's really light.